All right, this week we're going to finish up volume. So we're going to do pyramids, cones, and spheres. All right, so we're going to start with pyramids. So the other videos talk more about where these formulas come from. What I'm going to do is show you how to use the formulas. So the volume of a pyramid is given to us with this formula. 1/3 base times height, where big B is the area of our base. All right, so how we use this. All right, so the Great Pyramid in Giza, Egypt is approximately a square pyramid with the dimensions shown. So we want to find not only the volume of the pyramid, but how many stone blocks were used to build the pyramid. All right, so using that formula, so volume is 1/3 times the area of the base times the height. So we're told that it's square, and we're given these dimensions. So 1/3, the area of our base is 230 times 230 times our height. So we're looking for that vertical height. So 146. All right, so when you type that into your calculator, you will get a really large number. All right, so over 2.5 million meters cubed is the volume of that pyramid. All right, now we want to find out how many stone blocks are used to build it if we're given those dimensions. So the volume of our block is going to be 1.3 times 1.3 times 0.7. All right, it's just a prism, rectangular prism, so length times width times height. And this ends up to be 1.183 meters cubed. All right, so to find how many stone blocks it took to build that, we are going to take the volume of our pyramid divided by the volume of our block. So we're going to take this 2.5 million, divide it by 1.183, and this will yield approximately 2.2 million blocks. All right, so it's round to the nearest 100,000, so this would be 2,200,000 blocks, so 2.2 million. All right, so that's how you use the pyramid formula. All right, so volume of a cone is the same formula. It is 1/3 base times height. Remember, so our cone has a circular base. So area of a circle gives us pi r squared, so we substitute that into the formula, and you get that 1/3 pi r squared h. All right, so one thing you need to remember is this 2.2 is our diameter. We need radius, so we have to take this 2.2, divide by 2, which gives us 1.1, and this is our radius. So now we can plug that into our formula. The height needs to be the vertical height. We're given slant height, so we're given this. A lot of times you'll see it noted as a little cursive L, but we have a right triangle. So we can do Pythagorean theorem. This part we said is a radius, so that's 1.1. So our hypotenuse minus our side length squared will give us our height squared. So this ends up being, our height ends up being 1.42. So you find this, take this, the 1.8 squared minus 1.1 squared, take the square root of that to get our height, which is 1.42. Now we can start substituting these numbers into our formula. Oops. 1/3. So 1/3 times pi times our radius squared, so 1.1 squared times 1.42. Type that all out into your calculator, and you will get approximately 1.8 inches cubed for our volume. All right, lastly, volume of a sphere is given by this formula, 4/3 pi r squared. So there is a video in there that will tell you where that comes from. I'm going to show you how to use it. All right, once again, this 20, this is our diameter. Our formula calls for radius, so 20 divided by 2 gives us 10. So this is our radius. That is all we need for this formula. That's the only measurement that you need is radius. So our volume is 4/3 pi r cubed. So plug our radius in there, so 4/3 pi 10 cubed. All right, you can type this all out into your calculator and you will get 4188.8 centimeters cubed. All right, the other thing that you can do is you can leave this in terms of pi. So if we're going to leave it in terms of pi, we're going to take 10 cubed times 4/3. Type that into your calculator and you will get 1333.3 pi. So we don't want to forget our pi. Centimeters cubed. And if you typed this into your calculator, you would get the same answer that we got above. The only reason you're going to do that, leave that in terms of pi, is down the road when you get into more higher level math, leaving this in terms of pi will give you more accurate answers down the road because you might need this measurement to find something else. So I would accept either one of these answers, whichever one is easier for you. You can leave it in terms of pi, you can calculate it out with your calculator. Either way is fine. All right, so that's all we're doing. Next week we're going to do surface area of all of these shapes, and that will bring us to the end of new content. So if you have any questions, make sure you get a hold of me.